All right, today's Tanya for Thursday, the 20th of Av, 14th of August. So, to summarize today's Tanya, we end Epistle 6, the sixth letter in this section. And yesterday, it discussed how we have to have compassion for the soul that is, the piece of God, submerged under a bunch of muck, of temporal pleasure and such. And that meditation to draw compassion. And then that gives you the power to, overcome, all the challenges because you have compassion, that sentiment. So today's Chumash discusses how there are two types of awe and love of God. In very short, one is built on understanding and meditation on the greatness of God that makes you have awe and love. There's a second category of love and awe that's a gift from above. And obviously, if God's giving you a glimpse of love and awe to God, it's going to be much more powerful. That's why that kind of gift, those feelings for God, is also known as emes, as truth. As it says, the seal of God is truth. Because God is the ultimate truth. Everything else is kind of just a extension of that truth. So if you want to merit kind of a boost of feelings of love and awe for God, it has to kind of be a gift. But how do you do it? How do you get it? You can't gift yourself. How do you merit for that gift? And that is that concept of the compassion on your soul. Because compassion, which we said is the trait of Jacob, is a certain power that it can can cut through even the. See, compassion is very. Why is compassion true? Kindness isn't necessarily true in the sense of it's not necessarily given to someone who deserves it. It could be, free kindness. Compassion is taking into consideration the situation of the recipient, and and giving it accordingly more than it deserves, but based on a certain level of compassion. So compassion kind of can cut through, like the gevura. Gevura is where you deserve it. Good, I'll give you a reward. You don't deserve it. I don't. Compassion is you might deserve it or not, but I empathize with you, so I'll give it to you out of that. So you might not deserve it, but I empathize with you, so I will give the person whatever they need. So too with God, when you evoke compassion about your soul, it awakens kind of this supernal compassion, which cuts beneath all the deserving you don't deserve, and it can awaken those dormant feelings inside of you. Okay, so he said meditation and having a compassionate meditation on your soul gets this gift of truth, this boost of divine feelings. But what could you do to boost? Like maybe you're going to have compassion and it's made up. So he says, in order to make sure the compassion is for yourself, for your soul, is done properly, has to be done with charity, because charity is all about compassion to the needy, and that will. That's always there's a term called sowing charity, because charity is like you're sowing. You're taking what is. Sowing is like a plant sprouts, reveals, right? You're making grow what is sown. You have these feelings for God and connection inside. However, they're dormant. They're beneath layers. but charity kind of is like a fertilizer to help it to come to the fore. And he said, of course, he ends off with he's fundraising here for the poor Jews, Hasidim of the Holy Land. And he says how much more so truth is connected with the land of Israel. And when a person gives charity towards those in the land of Israel, it'll accompany the great kindness and compassion, and will boost in you, the giver, tremendous sentiments